What's up troopers, my name is Neon and welcome to a brand new video. This is the best Battlefield 2042 settings and I'm going to be going through everything. So before we get into this, just leave a like on the video, would really appreciate it, helps out this video, maybe even helps out your friends when it comes to the algorithm. I know you troopers love these settings videos and they help out so much, so here we are. Here we are on display. The first thing is your FOV. This is a personal preference. I've been doing 90 for 105. It's really up to you which way you want to do it. 105 is kind of crazy, but it is a nice FOV to have. But for me personally, it has to be 90. Vehicle field of view, I also have as max, that is 88. ADS field of view is very important. It actually helps you out with your visual recall. So if you have really crazy recall, then you need to be turning this on. It's going to reduce it, but it will make the enemies appear a lot more further. Brightness, this is a personal preference, but I have mine at 60. Please turn motion blur off and turn all of these off, alright? They're just going to make you really sick. You're going to get headaches. And if you're just like, oh, I don't know why I'm getting sick, well, this is probably it. It just makes you extremely nauseous. It's fine to have on if you're doing like a campaign or just playing for an hour or so, but if you're really grinding, it's the worst thing to have on. A lot of this stuff here is personal preference. I definitely recommend to turn off HUD motion, and when it comes to the compass, this is like right at the top. I actually turn this off. It's just no need. If it was a battle royale, it would be fine, but during callouts by compass way, it just doesn't work out. These are my colorblind settings. Yes, I want to make this very clear. Colorblind settings. They are for colorblind people. Everyone always keeps asking me, why do you use these colors? Because I'm colorblind, as it says colorblind settings. So if you get really confused why I'm using these settings, it's because I'm colorblind. If you want to mess about with these and use the same one, you definitely can. You obviously don't need to be colorblind. But the thing is, a lot of people get so confused why I use them, and I had to tell them it's a colorblind setting because I'm colorblind. When it comes to kill log, I have squad and nearby. It's very important to have nearby kill log because then you know what's going on around you. The damage number, this is personal preference. You can copy mine if you like. And then this is your chat icon. You can also copy that. And then these are your HUD scales. A lot of people are probably going to have a bunch of different HUD scales, but these are mine. And here we are for your crosshairs. So for crosshairs, I just used yellow. It's really up to you what you want to do on hit indication. I actually changed mine all to pink. Although headshot color doesn't work. I don't know why. And then this is your damage icon to the enemies as well. Here we are on minimap. I know a lot of people like messing about with their minimap settings. So I have this on. I have the scale as max as 125. We turn this on. We have as medium as the default. 75, 100, 150, 100, and then everything else I think is default, but you might have to change it. And then on big map, I don't think I've changed anything on that side. Here is HUD icons. This is probably something you also want to be copying because I don't know if I have changed stuff. I think I probably have. There was one thing I recently did just change. I think it's in like the enemy icon, and that's actually just making the enemy scale much larger. So this one here is really important because this is for the enemy. When you aim on the enemy, it's going to give that icon and name much more larger. Yes, this could be really big if they're extremely close range to you, but in distance, it's going to help out so much more. Sometimes you could just ping the guy, you won't see them, but you will see their name. This is 50 to 100, and that's 100 to 100, 100, and then this one is just 100 as default. This is sounds. You can copy this real quick. I am a streamer, so I changed a lot of things like turn off music and in-game voice. Here we are on the controller side. So let's go into the controller button map layout. These are the custom button map layouts what I've changed so far. The ones I've changed is the L1 jump, and when it comes to vault is L1. When it comes to crouching, I crouch with my R3 stick, and I also parachute with L1. The reason why I have jump as my L1 is so I can move around and do everything else while jumping and not leaving the thumbstick. So I'm always on the aim. Melee, I have a circle. I think it's B on Xbox. Steady scope, this is very important. You want to have it as the same aim button. When you're aiming, you're automatically having your steady scope. To toggle scope, I have a circle. Throw grenades back is X, and that's all the button custom map layout. When it comes to vehicles and transports, I haven't changed anything with them. In global, one thing you need to be turned off is controller vibration, and here we are on foot, the most important setting of them all. My soldier aim sensitivity is at 80. Turn this off. FOV is the same, 90. Keep that on. Make sure uniform soldier aiming is on. When you have your soldier zoom config, I have 133. I believe that is default as well. A lot of people like 133. Soldier aim assist 100. The slowdown is 100. Take off snap zoom. You don't need it. It's going to make you actually way more worse at the game. because you try to aim on that target and it's just pulling you way more different directions than you need it to be. Soldier input curve I have as standard, and then when it comes to my acceleration I have as 50. So when it comes to enemies a bit more distance, I have a bit more time to track that enemy so I don't go all over the place. Because acceleration, it builds up from 0 to 50. It's the sensitivity speed. When it comes to movement, we have click. We turn the double tap off because that's going to be really annoying. Your poor thumbstick. You only need to be doing that once. I actually have always tactical sprint, so I don't regularly run normally. As I said before, when it comes to steady scope, very important. As you can see, you zoom with your L2, and then you're having your steady scope with your L2. Your soldier zoom aim sensitivity is going to be 55. Auto parachute, I turn it off just because you want to be gliding where you want to be gliding. If I spawn in the air, I do obviously like to be having an auto parachute, because if I spawn in the air and I go flying, I'm most likely going to die. This one is a very important one, the revive skip. All you need to be doing is just click toggle. So when you do die, you just need to hit the button once, and you don't need to hold it down. A really big game change, and not many people do know about this one, so very important for you to change it. In the vehicle side, everything is pretty much default except the vehicle aim sensitivity. That's the only thing I changed. And now we're going to controller tuning. This is a very important one because this is going to be talking about your dead zone. So what we're going to be doing is, for the dead zone, we're going to have 13, 15, and then 100, and then the right stick is the same one. The most important one is your L2 and your R2. You want to be having these all the way down, especially if your buttons are on the triggers, because it's very important, because the slightest little bit of pull, it's going to give it that instant reaction, so you can shoot extremely fast, especially if you have a nice trigger finger. We're in accessibility for general, and we're going to go all the way down, and there's going to be a setting called reduce sprint camera motion. You want to be turning that on. You're going to have camera shake. You want to turn that all the way down to 20. And there we go, troopers. That is the best settings in the year of 2025 for Battlefield 2042. If this video did help you, then don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.